Formagi YouTube video k lia oper jo tum ny story lik kdhs k oper tai men strong hook lik k do. Hook jandar. Suspenseful our curiosity si barpor hona chaye k mary vauer engage ho jn our video ko ntk deken title. A cold morning. The morning air felt sharp against my skin. Cold pressed into my lungs with every breath. A thin layer of frost covered the ground. Each step made a faint crunch beneath my shoes. The sky looked pale and empty. No birds sang. No wind moved. Only silence surrounded the street. My fingers began to sting from the cold. I pulled my coat tighter around my body. The metal railing beside the road burned my palm when I touched it. My breath appeared as white clouds in front of my face. The smell of damp earth mixed with frozen air. Somewhere nearby, water dripped slowly. Each drop echoed too loudly in the stillness. I felt a strange chill that did not come from the weather. My footsteps sounded heavier than usual. The road ahead looked longer than it should. A shadow shifted near the old building. My heart began to beat faster. The cold crept deeper into my chest. I stopped walking. The silence grew thicker. A sudden sound came from behind me. It was close. Too close. The sound behind me dragged slowly across the frozen air. It was not loud. It was careful. My breath caught in my throat. The cold no longer felt natural. It wrapped around my spine like wet hands. I stood still, afraid that movement would invite whatever waited behind me. The streetlight flickered once. Then again. Its pale glow stretched my shadow across the ground. The shadow looked distorted. Too long. Too thin. I smelled something sharp and metallic beneath the scent of frost. My ears strained for clarity. Another sound followed. A soft scrape. Like fabric brushing concrete. My fingers trembled as I slowly turned my head. The cold air burned my eyes. Nothing stood there. Only the empty road and the old building. Its windows were dark. Its walls were stained with age and moisture. The door stood slightly open. A thin line of darkness spilled onto the ground. The dripping sound stopped. The silence returned heavier than before. I took one step forward. The ground felt harder beneath my feet. Another step. The cold seeped through the soles of my shoes. A faint smell of mold drifted from the open doorway. The building seemed to breathe. Slow, deep, as if it noticed me. My chest tightened. I told myself the morning played tricks on the senses. Cold had a way of sharpening fear. Still, my legs moved closer. The door creaked softly when the wind touched it. The sound echoed inside the empty structure. The echo did not fade quickly. It lingered, stretched, twisted. I peered into the darkness. The light behind me vanished when the streetlight went out. Cold darkness swallowed the entrance. I felt exposed, unseen, watched. My breath fogged the air inside the doorway. It did not drift away. It hovered, hanging low like mist. The floor inside was damp. Each step sent a quiet splash through shallow puddles. The walls were close, too close for comfort. The smell grew stronger. Rust, water, something old, something wrong. A faint mark streaked across the floor. Dark, uneven. It led deeper into the building. My heart pounded against my ribs. The sound felt too loud. I listened for movement. Something moved. Slowly. Above me. The ceiling groaned. Dust fell onto my shoulders. The cold intensified. My fingers grew numb. I rubbed my hands together. The sound echoed back unnaturally. As if another pair followed the motion. I froze. The echo repeated. Delayed. Wrong. My stomach twisted. I swallowed hard. The air felt thicker with every breath. I followed the dark mark across the floor. It disappeared beneath a stairway. The stairs descended into deeper darkness. No railing, only concrete edges worn smooth. A drop of water fell onto my neck. Ice cold. I flinched. Another drop followed. Then another. The sound matched my heartbeat. Slow, steady, waiting. I stepped onto the first stair. It groaned softly. The sound traveled downward. Something answered from below. A low sound, barely audible, like breathing. The smell shifted again, sharper, heavier. My eyes strained to adjust. Shadows clung to the walls. They moved when I did not. I took another step, then another. The air grew colder with each descent. My breath came out in shallow bursts. The breathing sound grew clearer. Closer. It matched my pace. One step. One breath. I reached the bottom. The floor was uneven. Water pooled around my shoes. The sound of dripping surrounded me. From every direction. I turned slowly.